And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we'll be taking a look at Pirate Tricks. It's a trick-taking game from Soaring Rhino Games in which you are pirates and no one cares about the theme because it's a trick-taking game. If you've not played a trick-taking game before, think hearts or spades. Maybe you've played one of those. So this is a trick-taking game with 3 suits. Red is always trump, but you get to pick your cards that you'll have each round by bidding. Well, that kind of intrigued me. Here's how it plays. Pirate Tricks is played with a deck of cards. These cards are numbered from 1 to 20 in 3 different colors, red, green, and blue. You're going to take out a certain number of numbers. So, for example, I'll take out the 1s through 4s in a 4-player game. And then you're going to shuffle this deck for each of the 3 rounds of the game. Players are going to start with loons, which is a terminology for money. You'll be hiding these behind your shield to keep track of that. And in each round of the game, we're going to turn over a capture card, a treasure card, and 2 recruitment cards. So the capture and the treasure card are going to have to do with the tricks that are taken in a trick-taking game. Recruitment is the cards that you get during recruitment. So the way that recruitment works is you're going to have these cards here, and you are going to shuffle the deck, and you're going to give 5 cards each player. So let's say these are the 5 cards I get. Everyone else is going to get 5 cards also. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to lay out the rest of the cards in groups. 5 face-up cards and 2 face-down cards. All right, that's a lot of interesting cards there to take. Players are then going to bid, and the rule book says that you can bid by hiding money in your hand. Highest bid wins, but it also provides these little cards you can put behind your shield with markers that you can put on them. And you'll bid for this one first. Whoever wins that one is going to go first in the round. And so that player, there's a token to show that you'll go first in the round. And so you can see 5 of the cards. There's a red 18. That's pretty good. This one has a green 15 and a blue 17. I don't know, this one looks pretty good, but I also have to look at my hand to see, oh my goodness, look at that hand. I got lots of reds. I want that top one, so I'll bid on it. Once you've won one, you can't win another one. You'll just take all the cards and put them in your hand. And each player, if no one bids on something, we add some money to it, and we go down and you'll come back to the ones with money bid on them. If still no one bids on them, and you'll get that money if you win that. If there's a tie or if no one bids, everyone will reveal a card from their hand, and the highest card will win that one. But eventually everyone will have all these cards in their hand. Everyone is then required to get rid of 2 cards from their hand, discard 2 cards. You'll then compare and look at the recruitment cards that are out there. So here it says a 2-card runs give me a loon in the same color, or 2 of a kind give me 2 loon. Well, this is pretty good for me. If I reveal the 14 and 15, that gives me an extra loon. What else do I have in my hand? Oh, I got a 5 and a 6. That's another 2-card run. 2 of a kind. Well, I have a 5 here, and I'll show another 5. You can use a card in 2 different recruitments. You just can't use it the same. If I have a 13, 14, and 15, I can't say, I got a 13 and a 14 and a 14 and a 15. And that looks like that's it for the rest of my hand here. So I show these cards, revealing them to everybody else, but I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 loon. So you get points for showing off some of your cards in your hand. You then will play the tricks themselves, starting with the person who took the first one. That person will play any card from their hand. Each other person must play a color card that's the same color if possible. And whoever plays the highest card of that color will win that trick, and they'll lead off on the next trick. Now, if you don't have a color of the card that's led, then you can play any card. So maybe I don't have any green, so I can play red or blue. In this case, if a red card was played, the highest red card wins a trick, because in this game, red is always trump. If I had played a blue card there, then the highest card that had been led, which was green, would have won the trick. And you'll keep going till all the tricks are gone. Everyone's played all their cards. Then you'll get points from these. Each green card that you've taken is worth a point, a loon. And then whoever took the most tricks gets 6 loons, second most tricks 4, and the third most tricks 2 loon. That's the end of the round. You'll turn over 2 more recruitment cards. You'll turn over another treasure and another one of these here. The fewest tricks get you loons, and each blue card you've taken gets a loon. Here, each odd blue card gives you a loon, or 3 of a kind gives you 5 loon. And after 3 rounds of this, whoever has the most loons is the winner of the game. I like the artwork on the cards themselves. They're, different animal creatures here. Look at these guys. They're, the green ones are gorillas, and it's not bad artwork. I mean, it's a lot of the same stuff on these cards, though. And the cards, the numbers are very easy to see, although, like many trick-taking games, I'm still kind of surprised that they don't put the numbers in both corners in case someone's left-handed and does their cards that way. Even if you flip them, they're in the same corner. The card quality is okay. I'm actually not super pleased with the card quality on these. I think that they could have looked nicer, but they're functional. The coin quality, again, is and the shields themselves are, these are not good shields at all. You put it here, they're easy to fall over. But it is a trick-taking game, and you barely even need the shields over the course of the game. It's all about the deck of cards itself. So I would say that the component quality here is okay. Okay, so this game, first of all, red being trump means red cards are powerful because there's only 3 suits. So red is a very powerful color to get. And being that as it is, it's really intriguing how this game kind of mashes together. When you are picking those cards and betting on those cards, and as with all auction games, you're going to run into that, I don't know how much to bet, I don't know, only the winner is the only one who pays. But how much do I bet on these? How much are they worth really? And you're going to struggle a little bit with that probably. But what's interesting about the game is when you bid on which cards you want, you're thinking about a couple things. First of all, do they have cards that match the cards in my hand? And the recruitment of those cards will give me bonuses there. So that's a neat aspect. And then will they help me win the trick? So obviously if you see the red 20, 19, and 18 in the same group of cards out there, I might bid a lot for that one. As the other guys are going to probably be bidding too. So that's kind of interesting. The other interesting choice is when you decide which 2 cards to get rid of. Get rid of your 2 lowest greens, right? With trick-taking games, if you're discarding, you want to maybe go down and get rid of a color, so that gives you more options and things. But sometimes you'll say, well, I was going to get rid of this 5 and 6 green, but I have a 5 and 6 blue, and it needs pairs. If I get rid of these cards, I can't use them to complete recruitment. And recruitment for the keen-eyed card player, I see what cards you placed out. Now I know what people have. So you might say, I don't want people to know what I have. I'm not going to even show these cards. I don't know if that's the wise idea, but it does allow you to say, I got this red 18 that no one knows anything about. So this is a trick-taking game that has a lot of open information. You see the cards people buy when they win the bid. You see cards that people lay down when they have recruitment. And you know what cards you have yourself. You can know where a lot of the cards in the game are. So the trick-taking game of this itself is fairly normal. You play cards, red is trump, red wins. But it's that bidding phase that kind of shakes things up. I'm not a huge fan of auction games usually, but in this one I think it works really well. I don't know that this is a trick-taking game that's going to knock down doors and be something completely different and new, but it felt cool and it felt refreshing and it feels good when I play it. And it's one I can sit there and play, teach rules easily. If you've never played a trick-taking game before, it might take a bit to get into the spirit of it. But overall, I was pretty happy with Pirate Tricks. The theming is kind of there just for the fun of it, but the game itself, also fun. Dice Tower Judgment, approved.